let's find the average value of a function. So we have a metal plate defined as a rectangle. So my x's have to be between 0 and pi. Let's maybe draw it up here. My x is my horizontal direction between 0 and pi, and my y's are my vertical directions between 0 and 1. So this point right there is our origin. All right, I've got this rectangular plate, and I place it in a furnace, and the temperature of the plate at any point on this plate is given to me by this function. What's the average temperature? So to find the average of a function, let's maybe denote that with T bar. It is the integral of the temperature over the region, and then divided by the size of the region. So let me just maybe denote that with the magnitude of R, or the absolute value of R. And we've seen in this section that I can find the area of a region by evaluating the integral over that region. Okay, so I can write this as 1 over the integral over the region times the integral over the region of the temperature. Okay, so let's run through this. Here, I can evaluate, let's do this part first. So this denominator, how big is the plate? What is the area of this region? So you could find this with an integral, and you could integrate from 0 to pi in the x, and integrate between 0 and 1 in the y. Or we could just take advantage of the fact that this is a rectangle. The area is going to be length times width, or just pi. So we end up with a 1 over pi from this term. And now to work on the integral of the temperature function. So we need to integrate from 0 to pi in the x and 0 to 1 in the y, the temperature function, which is equal to x cosine xy. And our order of integration is yx. All right, performing the first integral, we leave our outside integral alone, and we end up with sine of xy evaluated between y is equal to 0 and y is equal to 1. All right, we then end up with 1 over pi times the integral from 0 to pi of sine of x minus 0 with respect to x, which gives us a 1 over pi times a minus cosine evaluated at 0 and pi. So running through the algebra, we get 1 over pi times 1 plus 1, or 2 over pi. So the average temperature of the plate is 2 over pi.